Good afternoon, BCD. It's John Suter here. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving break and looking forward to winter break. I'm here today to talk a little bit about our BCD Fund and the philanthropic initiatives we have for our school this year. We've made a tremendous investment in our school in order to operate this year, both in person and online. The investments we've made range from hiring additional faculty in our distance learning program and our in-person program so that we're able to do what we need to do with the children. We have devised a cohorted system so that our students are separated from each other all day, every day, to avoid transmission of the virus within our school. We have different playground zones so that our cohorts can go outside and have fun and not overlap. We've invested in some outdoor sinks, and these sinks are basically plug and play. You plug them in, they've got a water pump and a hot water heater. Students can just walk right up to the sinks, wash their hands after recess, and then they're ready to be back indoors. As many of you know, if you've been on campus, we also invested in some outdoor classroom spaces. And the idea there is to get outside as much as we possibly can. We've invested in our HVAC systems. We've purchased ionizers, so anything that's flying through the air at that time gets some extra weight from the ionizers, and that could be a dust particle, it could be a bacteria or a viral particle, and then once those particles have that extra weight on them, they're both neutralized and heavier, so they literally are easier to get out of the air when the air runs through our filtration system. You can see just how grimy those filters are. The ionizers are really doing a good job of their work. We've invested heavily in our technological infrastructure so we can ensure that the folks who are learning from a distance have a positive and really outstanding experience with us. We've got iPads in every middle school classroom that the distance learners zoom in on that can pick up sound and video of exactly what's happening in the classroom at any given time. We also have made sure to upgrade our bandwidth, knowing that the technological capacity that we need this year is much greater than what we've needed in past years. We've invested in higher performance computers for our faculty and staff so that when they're hosting a Zoom meeting, they have the ability to do so effectively and efficiently. We've also made all kinds of different investments in personal protective equipment, otherwise known as PPE. If you were to walk into the front door of the administrative building, for example, Laura and Alex and Lindsay have plexiglass dividers just to make sure that they can stay safe from the variety of different people who are coming into the building. Our teachers have face shields that they can wear if they so choose. We've invested in individual desks for every single child, and that's a huge difference from what BCD normally is, particularly in the elementary school. We typically work in group tables where children are right next to each other, so we had to go out and buy some desks, I think over 190 of them if I'm not mistaken, so that each child could have their own workspace so that we could keep our children as safe as they could possibly be. If you're wandering around our parking lot, you can see a whole bunch of pod storage items. Those pod storage vessels contain all of the soft and lovey and squeezy stuff that we have in the classrooms on a normal year that are really hard to clean. So we've actually put those in storage for the entire year so that our children could be in a safe and healthy classroom. As I reflect back on 2020 and all that we've accomplished this year, I am filled with gratitude for every member of this community. For our faculty and staff whose creativity, innovation, and fortitude saw us create an entirely new program. To our students who've still managed to create community in their tightly knit cohorts, on the playground, in the classroom. To our families whose partnership and trust we desperately need in order to do what we do on a daily basis. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us, many of whom donated their time, their talent, and their treasure in order to make BCD what it is today. To date, 100% of BCD's faculty and staff and Board of Trustees have participated in the BCD Fund. Please consider joining Gail and me to make your gift. If we receive 100% parent participation, we will unlock a $25,000 challenge grant from an anonymous donor. All of these funds benefit your school and most especially your children. The power of giving is alive and well at BCD and is entirely reflective of the power of our community. Thank you for your consideration. Be well, stay safe. I look forward to seeing you January 5th, 2021.